Hello, and thank you for listening to Gettin' Hard in Nate's Backyard. On this episode of the podcast, I sat down with Jordan, Dave, and Erik of Kataplexis. Kataplexis is a four-piece grindcore band from Calgary, Alberta. They have recently reformed their original lineup. They are playing April 15th with Without Mercy, Exit Strategy, and Days I Die at Distortion live music venue. June 2nd, 2016 with Oxeneer and Numenorean at Broken City. And then July 15-16 at Armstrong Metal Fest in Armstrong, BC. So check out all their links in the description below. And as always, thank you for listening. All right, welcome to Getting Hard in Nate's Backyard. Thanks for listening, everybody. This week I have Erik. Say hi.
Hey, what's up?
I have Jordan.
What's up?
And I have Dave.
Hey, y'all.
Of Kataplexis. Thanks a lot for being on, fellas.
Thanks for having us.
I'm going to do some quick commercials. I have a copy this week because I'm terrible at ad-libbing stuff, and Nancy wrote something a long time ago. I'm going to read it because it's better, and it's better than the crap I was doing before. So, here we go. Right Hook Mics designs and manufactures the most badass microphones on the market, combining good looks and great performance into a quality product with the retro look of a Shure PE55. Holy fuck. What a line. Good writing, Nancy.
This is from their website.
Oh, it's from their website.
I think so.
Being musicians themselves, they make every effort to ensure the products are as affordable as possible because they believe that cool, good quality gear should be attainable for independent musicians. They start at $129. They have 4 different kinds. The black one's the metal mic. Army green one has been dubbed the drill sergeant. The gold one is called the 3PO. And the white with black grill cloth is the Stormtrooper. RightHookMics.com. Go there for the old store and blog. Oh, fuck, you've got a copy for Big Nate Productions, too?
That's last year's info.
Oh, fuck. All right, well, Big Nate this podcast is also brought to you by Big Nate Productions. That's me and Nancy. Big Nate Productions is a Calgary-based production company focused on metal. From live sound and studio recording to... Well, I don't really do artist representation. I tried it. I didn't like it. Yeah, this is an old copy. Booking and promotion, working with BNP will definitely give you an unfair advantage. Whoa!
What?
You have giants on your side if you work with Big Nate Productions. Well, at least one. Borderline giant. And then this podcast is also brought to you by Calgary Metal Fest. I ain't saying shit. I think I said some stuff on the last podcast that I shouldn't have. So maybe listen to that.
Go back and edit it, man.
Yeah, pull it off the market. But yeah, stuff's going to be changing there. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. Everybody's going to love it. And we'll be announcing some stuff soon. Probably beginning of March. Push it back every month. What the fuck? So yeah, with that being said, welcome Kataplexis. How the hell are you guys?
Doing good, man. You?
We're doing well.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to the old Bow Town.
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
Welcome to Get Hard Studios, as this is called.
It's cozy, but it's awesome.
I'm hard.
Oh yeah, everybody turn your phone off.
Well,
I got to do it too. Airplane mode or some shit.
Oh, it's going to be...
I already did that
Ringer.
long
So
ago.
it's going to be
I'm more
fashionably
prepared
late.
than-
He said 20 minutes late, so...
20. Oh, okay. All
20
right. Well,
minutes later than an hour
we'll have.
late.
We'll
But he
have
still hasn't said he's not coming.
yeah, cool. So Kyle will be here in a minute. But what did you ask me about the bus? You asked me something about the bus before we started. What was it?
Is
If
it
it's
mobile?
Yeah, it does technically run. It's a short bus. It's like 24 feet long, I think. Or no, it's not that. It's like 17, I think.
24 seems like a lot.
Yeah, I think this one's 17.
Still a lot.
And we're sitting in the back of it right now. I gutted it. And so to answer your question, when I moved it here, my buddy Rick and I were trying to get it started, and I probably should have eased into it because it sat for a couple of years. So I should have probably tried to get it going for a couple of weeks before. But so we blew a starter, and then we put a new starter in it, and then so my buddy Rick is he's got the key down, and trying to start it, and he's got the doghouse out and the hood up, and I can see gas pissing straight up a foot and a half out of the carburetor because the floats are stuck. And it's just every time he's gunning it, and you can see it just.
You're gonna start a fire,
and I'm like, oh. And then at that moment, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the last thing we have to move from here, and. I'm like, I won't catch on fire. And then boom, right through it backfires through the carburetor and just fucking lights.
That's recipe for disaster right there. You got gas pissing out of a carb. If it lights on fire, it's fucking going on fire.
Oh, it went. And me and my neighbor were standing there.
Just looking at them.
And I'm like, wow. And it was also halfway in the street under a tree.
Well, of course, yeah. Just get, those non-flammable trees you got to park under there.
So I ran and I grabbed this it was the liner of a garbage can, and I poured a bunch of water in it, and I'm running over, and I'm like, holy fuck, there's this huge hole in it, and I got to the fire with a cup of water, and I'm like, fuck. But then I took a big smell of the smoke by accident. I was like, oh, this is bad. So I went and filled up the cooler with water, and I threw a whole cooler full of water on it, and that got it, fortunately. But so I had to have it flat decked here, but it does run. It's just now we got to replace some wires and maybe the distributor cap, the throttle cable. those things melted.
Motor.
That's not much, actually. We could have her going. If we wanted to bring Gettin' Hard in Nate's backyard on the road, we could do it.
Sweet.
It'd be $500. But I bought this van off of. Do you guys remember Ostestima?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the old Ostesta bus.
Really?
Really?
It's got Craig's Essence in here.
Yeah, I bought it off Todd, and I offered him $1, or he wanted $1, and I only had a toonie, and he wouldn't accept it. So
Yeah.
Come back with
Keep
change.
the change, you filthy animal.
So it kind of sat around and did nothing for a couple of years, and then when I got the podcast going and really got it going, so that's awesome. The bus story, everybody. So you guys fucking just got back to old. How would you say? You just got your old lineup back together?
Yeah,
Original,
much,
yeah.
Original lineup.
Yeah. We're all kind of in our separate spots, so eventually Ozzy came to me and said, you really got to get these guys back together.
Right.
Got a call from Mick Jagger as well, so
good man. I was like, man, I really hate these fucking guys. But,
they had to fly to his private island via helicopter.
If Ozzy says, you really got to get back together, I'm like, I can put my differences aside and get back in that room with them. But
I was watching some Van Halen fucking when they broke up when Roth left the band.
Became an EMT.
Right.
Yeah, good career path, bud.
So weird. And then
I've heard of those guys too. The same amount as I have of Van Halen.
He was living in Japan for a while too.
Yeah.
But it was just funny.
That's how you know you've been.
He was moonlighting as a geisha girl.
Band ever
People
in the
didn't
US,
know that about him.
And you might as well leave and go to Japan because that's just proving how much you really made a good choice.
It was just
me out.
He
looks.
It was funny to see
David Lee Roth?
Yeah.
how pissed off David Lee Roth was. He's like, because he found out on TV, they didn't. That's what he says.
That he wasn't in VH.
Yeah. And then their side of it too was just really funny. It was all on TV, right? Everybody wanted to fucking, what's going on with Van Halen?
That's back in the days though. Where,
is Eddie back on drugs?
Media and stuff was a different story back then, right?
Totally.
Yeah. You had to send a fax to go to social media.
That fucking
basically,
shit would go on Twitter by somebody else way before that would ever happen. So
yeah, and who the fuck's talking about Van Halen now, anyways?
I guess we are.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Whoa, man.
Yeah. Whoa. Awesome. So back to Kataplexis.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were just talking about Van Halen.
Well, we were talking a lot about Steel Panther and Extreme and Pies before we started.
The titans of our time.
No, well, and you guys were joking about how hard it was to get the band back together too, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like it was really tough.
Well, it was just it was weird circumstances because we played in the same band for it's like going on 9 years next year.
Cool.
So it's like me and him have always stayed like
Dave.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the visual podcast.
Well, they're watching this on Saturday, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, like me and him always kept going and writing music, and then like just other people had projects in the band, so it just happens. And then, as fate would have it, because we're all really good friends, we all live together, like all four of us for like,
really.
Yeah,
we lived together.
Oh, that's
year.
right.
Yeah.
Fuck. Now
I'm sure you saw that crusty.
You guys have been over.
Yeah, you were over it. Like
I remember that's where I first partied with Boyko.
Oh yeah.
I was like, holy shit, this guy's intense.
I remember I saw somebody. I remember Timmy Prevost was there. You know, from
because Order of Chaos played with us. We're like, what the fuck? But
and then I remember he was downstairs and he was like, "Fucking somebody get on my back! I'll buck you off! I bet I'll buck you off!" And these people were riding Timmy like a bull.
That seems like a
awesome.
legit story. I remember something.
Luckily, nobody found 2,000 pictures of Amanda you guys printed off.
Oh no! Whoa, you heard it here first, folks. Terrible.
Dave had a little bit of a crush on her.
Oh, yeah. You had a creep room, like on that Seinfeld episode.
The funniest part is that
we were
close-ups of her face on the telephone.
That's not actually at all really what happened. We
Yeah.
just decided to take it upon ourselves to, I don't know why.
Print off like 2,000 pictures of it and hide them in my fucking hi-hat. Shooting a song and my hi-hat sounds like fucking like two like garbage can lids, you know?
He
And I'm
said
like,
she
what
was
is in
cute
here?
when they were playing one night, so we're like, okay, buddy. There you go. So we printed all these pictures of her, left him in his drum set, so we'd be
super
jamming.
harmless thing to
Eventually,
say,
these
whatever.
pictures would like come out of the hi-hat. It's like, what the fuck? And his like bass drum and stuff.
Yeah, stuck him under
and then, of
couch
course,
cushions,
how
under
bad
his
does that
pillow.
look when they stay at our house? Like, get the fucking pictures. They were stuffed in the couch and on the fridge. I know this sounds really creepy, so if you're listening, my apologies. It's, you know.
No ill will.
No, if anything else, it just is a measure of
harmless-
Dave's extreme crush on her at said time.
Yeah, it was a completely
'Cause
harmless statement, but us being the assholes that we are, we had to take it.
Yeah.
You know, to
We
that
did a
level,
lot of
but-
dumb stuff. We have some good stories about this old house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and when did you guys move out of that? A while ago, eh?
2000 September 2010. So we lived there 3 years together.
Yeah.
Probably were going to kill each other near the end.
Yeah.
We left at varying times, and then
Yeah.
you know, for the betterment of our relationship. Like, because I worked with Kyle, we all lived together, we played in the same band together.
Oh, fuck.
We all got drunk and did a lot of drugs and stuff, so it was a bad combo.
It was still a pretty awesome time. I don't regret any of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fuck.
I was no part of any of this. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not
We
like
were just young and having fun.
Yeah,
it
I
was
was
like
gonna
our
say,
first real experience in being in that kind of band and stuff like that.
It's not like you were
where
all
tour
40
and stuff.
You were all 40 and you had 3 kids each, and you're all living together. It's like, just
Shanty, man. Yeah. Fuck that. Let's all move.
my house,
Let's all
baby,
move
man.
into Tent City, downtown Vancouver. Fuck our lives.
That's intense. I actually ended up kind of moving here because I moved in with my first band. The first time I moved out with my band, and it didn't go well fast because I was really young. I was like 18.
Yeah.
And, you know, fucking up terribly, like every turn.
Right out of high school. Like, that's when your parents are helping you out the most, you know?
Oh, yeah. Or not. You're just like,
Or you're just-
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You
get that
fucking
poop
figure
mark
it
off
out,
your
buddy.
ass yet there, bud? Fuck off.
No, but, you know, I think I had 6 jobs in 6 weeks. Like,
Oh,
shit,
really?
yeah,
that
shit
was
like
the same
that.
I remember-
me too. I got a bunch of jobs when I first moved here.
Yeah.
Like right across the street at a grocery store. I just gave a fuck. I just went in whenever I
Yeah,
wanted.
you know when you have to clean human shit at a place? That's when you're like, it's over. I'm over it.
Okay, guys, I won't be lumped in with all this. I actually held several good jobs for many years.
This was at the Zeller's. This was at the Zeller's restaurant. Someone I think it was an old man, shit all over himself in the bathroom.
no.
And then he tracked it through the restaurant, and they wanted someone to clean it up. So I ended up taking bitch duty on that. and doing it, and then they offered me a week of free meals at the restaurant where I just cleaned up a bunch of human shit. So the irony was not really lost on me.
Can't give you any money, but I can give you food tickets.
You want a cheeseburger?
We got hamburger steak on special, eh?
From the place, you just cleaned up a bunch of shit from the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, I was 18 and like desperate for a job, so.
Oh, that's all good.
And that was like working at Christmas time, so.
Yeah.
Now you know my story.
Yeah, good times.
Now you know our past.
Yeah, no, it's intense to be, like you say, if you're working and living and fuck it, something's got to give at some point, right?
Yeah.
So how many records have you guys put out? For the people that don't know.
2.5.
2.5.
Well, we put out
two and a half and a third.
We put out the EP, like, probably, 4
2008.
months? Yeah, okay. 4 months after Kyle joined the band at the very beginning. And then we put out the full-length Insurrection, and then we did the split with Breathe Knives, I guess, after that. We put on record.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right. That's right.
Then after that, with Aaron now singing instead of Kyle, we put out Downpour. And then after that, it was kind of...
Yeah.
I ended up leaving, a little bit later after that, and then...
Things were really falling apart for us then. We really had to struggle and fight for every inch of our...
The wheels are coming off the wheelbarrow.
Like, I had tears streaming down my face as I was out in the rain. And it was shaking me down. It was up on that cliff.
Garth Brooks was playing in the background.
Exactly. Thunder Road is pretty... Yeah, I was describing that to a team. Anyways, so... Because he was in Daywalker, so... maybe explain.
And Doberman as well with Jordan, and it was just
Dobercat.
It was kind of I had to make a choice of what I was going to do because I was just jamming 7 days a week, some nights 2 nights,
3 days, 3
some
days a
nights
band,
twice a fucking jam. One jam space to the other, and it was just too much trying to keep track of all the shows and all that shit, and it was just like fuck, man,
Yeah, we all kind of did our own thing for a little while.
And when you play, sorry. I'm just cutting everybody.
No, it's all right, shit. You go ahead.
But just when you play with people for that long of a time, sometimes you need a break from it. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like, we got to play in different bands and sort of play different styles than what we normally would do. So, but ever since Carter's Memorial Show, that's sort of when everything kind of got back together with us when we started jamming.
Cool.
Unfortunately, that's what it took to.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate. It was bittersweet, I guess you could say, because it was a really sad time,
Yeah, for people that don't know, Jason Carter was the original singer for We Found the Body, and he just fucking died one day. He's all like our age. Like, how old are you guys? I'm 33.
Yeah, he was 31.
He was 31. What the fuck?
Yeah, just out of nowhere too,
I mean, he drank, but he wasn't like some fucking like.
No, but
I probably drink more than him.
No, he was in good shape, and like he didn't use hard drugs or anything. So.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't know.
Yeah, and they were one of the first bands we started playing with in Calgary too. So like us and actually you guys, I think when you were
Kill Your Kai, Found the Body, Acrocord, Cataplexis.
Well, and Jamie
Exit
actually started playing
Strategy.
bass.
That was right when Caveat was ending the first time.
Yeah, and Jamie from We Found the Body ended up playing bass for us for a long time. So like we were really tight with all those guys.
Yeah.
And
so did I hear that Jamie's not playing with you guys anymore?
No, Jamie is officially done.
Oh yeah, wild.
Just no bad blood or anything. He's just doing his own thing now. He's making really good money.
Yeah, he has some intense job, right?
Like he's got his priorities. Like
fuck. I knew when he hacked those goddamn dreads off. I knew it.
His manhood was in every cut, man. His grindhood. He's like, play in a band that represents a helicopter sound or make a bunch of money.
Yeah, no kidding. Man. Fucking A, well, good for him and right on. And just kidding, Jamie.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's like, we need a bass player, but...
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. We should,
Well, we got a guy that's probably going to try out. I don't know if you've heard of Plaguebringer. Young kid named Aaron. He's
awesome.
Pretty good. I watched them play last weekend. I don't
remember
much of it. It was my birthday, but
I
remember talking to him. I remember watching him, and it went well. So I just got to give him a shout, and we'll see what happens after that.
Oh, cool.
These are the inner workings of our band. A sure bet at all times.
Well, fuck. I mean, that's what it is, right?
Absolutely, it is. Like, the core was always us four, because our first, a year as a band almost, 6 months worth of shows, we played as a 4-piece.
Right, yeah, yeah.
And, people thought we were some abstract metal band. They're like, oh, no bass player. There's 14 cellists in the background, too.
These guys are ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
They would just snap fingers at the ends of our songs. Guy plays a bongo, so it's just like, throw me your beret right now. All right, that's a beatnik joke.
If you guys didn't catch that, it's a beatnik.
If you guys haven't turned off this fucking podcast,
well, it's funny. Nancy's husband Bill was on the last podcast because he plays in a Gummer punk band called Full
you're gonna have to explain the term Gummer punk.
So it's I actually remember I used to work at Slaughterhouse Studios. And me and this guy
making a plug here.
Me and this guy right here on this shirt, Greg Daly, we had this idea. It was we called ourselves the Mad Kaddafis, and it was right before Gaddafi got taken out, actually. So it would have been 2010. And I was like,
so instead of Mad Caddies,
yeah, the Mad Kaddafis.
You're like, I thought that much was obvious.
Okay.
And it was spelled different and whatever. But the idea was let's get you, this old guy, to be the singer, and we'll get I'll be the guitar player, the young kid, and then we'll get all old guys to play the other parts. So so
it wasn't so much about the music; it was about filling a part of let's get
old
this
guy band,
old guy singing definitely, and then young guy guitar playing over here.
Yeah, and it was he's a terrible singer, but that's why it was let's do a punk band.
Yeah,
and because we would get hammered together, and he'd come up with these dumb songs on the piano, and we'd come up with these stupid concepts for songs, and it was fuck
so
it.
So you've cracked the code of writing punk music, is what you're saying. Right?
Yeah. So then, Boyko was actually the first drummer for a while, and we played one show at the Old D at a Punk versus Metal. And then I had a garbage bag on my head, a plastic one.
We almost
which
died
sucked.
That night.
Yeah, which I took off after one song. Holy fuck!
Am I in Guantanamo Bay? What the fuck is going on here?
But it was so funny. Bob was the bass player, and then Greg's brother Mike is the fucking lead guitar player. So, anyways, now they're called now they're called Full Grown Delinquent, and.
Grown is spelled grown as
grown
in
as
grown.
in
You have to see the T-shirt.
And their new album's called Hookers and Pills and Beer. But so listen to the last podcast. It's pretty funny. But the reason I brought that up is because Bill was listening to the podcast, and he said exactly what you just said, where he's like, why the fuck would anybody want to listen to this? And my dad said the same thing. He's like, I don't even know what the fuck a podcast is. And I don't know why the fuck anyone would listen to one.
I listen to podcasts all the time, and they all say the same. They're like, why the fuck would anybody want to listen to this? But anytime that gets said, it's the most interesting thing during that I'm listening to that I'm like, I want to listen to this. You know,
yeah.
So.
I mean, that's why I started is I feel like with the internet and all this weird shit now, it's supposed to quote unquote connect us. It's actually just put us in a giant ice cube tray. Absolutely. Where we're all connected but totally separate. So people want to hear
actual
people having conversations because they don't
totally.
have them.
Talk radio over top 40 radio.
But then actually hearing people talk as people and just sitting around talking about shit. That's I don't know. That shit's interesting.
Yeah, if you're interested in this stuff, if you're a fan. So, anyways,
sure.
To those who
get sucked into too.
So that's what podcasts are about.
Well, and it's cool. Yeah, it's cool because you can download them, and sometimes you drive in places where you don't have radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit like that, too. So, anyways, you can download them and fucking do it up. But, okay, cool. So, you've done the 2.5 records and the split. We should talk about some shows you got coming up. What do you got for show skis? Let's do a plug for you guys.
The first one we're playing this year is at the Distortion bar and grill.
I don't think it's a grill, but
I think it's the Distortion.
Distortion bar and fryer.
It's Without Mercy Exit Strategy.
Oh, fuck
and there's another band playing,
What's the date of that?
April 15th.
April 15th.
Yeah,
I think it's a Friday. And then we're playing Thursday, June 2nd at Broken City with Oxeneer and Numenorean.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
And then we're playing Armstrong Metal Fest. Because last time we played was when that storm hit. And right before we were supposed to play.
Like,
literally, right before we were
about
supposed
to
to
count
go
in 1, 2, 3, 4, then boom.
We were so amped, and then this guy got like fucking wasted.
They told us that we couldn't play.
Yeah, they said we
You
couldn't
guys
play.
can't play, so I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm just going to get... I was sober all day. Like, anytime I have to play the drums for Cataplexis, I have to be completely sober. Like, not even a sip of beer.
Yeah. Even at Jam, like, Dave will offer him a beer or, like, a hoot of a joint. He's like, no, not till we're done. So, he's like... So imagine that. We spent all this time... Then he's like, fuck this, I'm pissed off, I'm getting wasted.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you're playing, we're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I made the smart choice of just drinking all day. So, you know.
Well, that's how you got to do it.
Well,
It wasn't our best
For-
show,
for
but at
people-
least we got to play it.
For people that don't know what we're talking about, Armstrong Metal Fest was the festival, and this was not last year, but the year before, right?
Yeah.
And Kataplexis played there. My band Kayaktis played there too. And so Friday went great. And what it is, it's a huge well, it used to be an open air, but now it's held at basically Armstrong's Stampede grounds, like they're like corral or whatever. And so you got this big track that I imagine horses run around, where the people camp, and then the big dome or gymnasium, hockey rink or whatever is where the show's arena.
Was it like a Quonset or something?
Yeah,
it's like
some
a rec
weirdness.
Center, I would call it. Like, it's just a big,
And
Recreation
that's where
grounds.
they have the show. So the Friday went good and everything, and then actually Friday wasn't that the West of Hell? Because I think that's a day.
Yeah, they almost
So-
burnt the arena down.
Yeah, and I apologize if you've heard this story before. I remember I was standing at the north side of the, like, behind the stage when so West of Hell gets up, and on the last hit of their last song, he lit off these fucking charges. They're like, I can't remember. There's some sort of pyro. They're like a big whiz bang.
They go off at a certain height.
And they go off at a certain height. But apparently, I mean, I heard, I don't know if it's true, but he measured wrong, and he got big ones.
I talked to the guy afterwards, and he was telling me that he's like some sort of like pyro, like
he's a special effects guy in
He
Vancouver.
was just
Lord
like,
Heathen.
he's like, I fucked up, and I just went way too high, and if anybody finds out about this, I could lose my license. I'm like,
Oh, no.
don't worry about it, bud. I'll keep down the down low. But
Okay, well, maybe we won't say exactly who he is then. But
He's in West of Hell?
oh yeah.
not sure what band that guy was from.
Yeah, they hit the
they're
ceiling,
East
and
Heaven.
fucking it was what the fuck. And they were so loud, and I was standing at the back behind the stage having a piss. The shit like that's been happening to me the last couple of years. I'm taking a leak and something fucked
Well,
up.
the
Bombs
shit
are dropping.
Yeah, it's just like it sounded like a football player was trying to kick the fucking door in. Like it was just bang, like so hard.
Well, and the ceiling was draped with all that insulation. With
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
it was
was
so
holding it in
old
there.
and hanging down
Well,
already.
no, it's pretty new, but it's just all like poly hanging down with blown in insulation hanging in it. So when this pyro hits it, it just burns a hole in it, and all the insulation wants to fucking fall out of it. It's all burning and shit inside of there, right? Like, so it just
when
burned
you
these
realize
fucking
how
huge-
close-
burned these huge fucking holes in this insulation, and it was like all these people standing like right below it, like
Yeah. So that was the Friday night, and then Saturday, there's a bunch. I think because they started like noon or something, don't they?
Yeah, it was like noon.
And so there's some locals that opened, and then I think you guys were about to go on, and that was like 2:30.
It was 6:15.
Oh, 6:15.
Yeah, it was around 6, because I remember we...
No, but originally though.
Oh,
Weren't
yeah.
you supposed to go on at like 2:30?
We were on-
It was supposed to be like 4, and then it got
4.
delayed to like 6:30, 7
Yeah,
o'clock.
so like as you guys were going on stage, the power went out because a tree fell over on a line somewhere down the line.
Yeah,
And
And
knocked out the
BC
powers of the whole town.
The whole town, like the whole that was fucked.
Yeah.
Because we started walking around the town and it was like zombie village.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, remember how the windstorm like tent city was just like blowing everywhere. We were sitting at our camper just watching people chase all their shit.
There'd be a couple dudes passed out.
Yeah,
just see like a body.
You just see this like thing like this, waving in his body, just laying there. It's like that guy's dead.
So they ended up getting it fixed. So, but like you guys were describing there, they were saying, "Oh, you might not be able to play," and then that was a fucking weird hour or two there because you've
Everyone
got all
was
these
bummed out about Cryptopsy. And
yeah, because Armstrong
Ancient.
is like a 7-hour drive for us, and like a 4 or 5 for anybody from Vancouver. So I mean, people have gone to expense to get there, and so the players are kind of getting pissed and like
Well,
a
you
little
brought all your gear
miffy.
down there and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
right? Like,
That's all you want to do is play.
and if you don't play, you're not getting.
yeah.
You don't play, you're not getting paid. So you're, you know, you want to make sure you're getting fucking paid
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah,
Like,
just to cover the fucking gas.
well, the cost of
sort
getting down there, yeah, exactly.
That's just pretty much the whole point of us going there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's to
Yeah.
promote yourselves.
Yeah,
right? To
and
get in
it's
front
just
of
to have
people.
a good time. Like, and
Totally,
who
and
doesn't
that's-
like going to BC, you know?
That's what's awesome about it is that you so I'm trying to paint that picture of like just this like partying camping festival. Like I remember I think that year too they were doing it where you could camp there but you could also not buy the tickets.
yeah, there's those guys. Fucking
What,
Anvil-
really?
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
Anvil guys.
These
they just-
guys parked
they
beside
park
us
right
were
beside us.
collecting empties
Party.
from the festival. They didn't go to any shows. They just collected everyone's empties, and it looked like a fucking
Holy
yeah.
fuck.
And then
And they showed up like
They showed up
8:30 in the morning, blasting ACDC.
10 minutes
Yeah.
after we went to bed.
Yeah, we went
Oh,
to bed
right
at
on.
8
Yeah,
o'clock,
like,
and
we
then,
went to bed at like 8 in the morning.
And then a few hours
literally
later,
10, 15 minutes later, the fucking balls to the wall.
except just
Like
Frank.
pointed right at our tent. Right?
Yeah.
I don't
And
know
the guy's sitting there in a kiddie pool, and then like he got super wasted later on, and like his kid showed
Yeah, I
up
was gonna say
with
a few
his
hours later,
estranged
the
wife.
two-
You
the two
could tell.
The wives showed up with the kids, and they're like,
And these
they're
guys
just,
are like
look
hammered on
disgusted.
their
They're like
face.
laying in this in this kiddie pool,
Yeah.
just fucking piles of bottles around. They're collecting all these bottles, and it's
Yeah.
like,
It
yeah,
looked like Duck
Killing-
Dynasty
killing
meets
it,
East
bud.
Hastings, you
Yeah.
know?
Nice.
Yeah, you'd hear in the morning. They're like your alarm clock. Just
Fuck.
hear a little clink clank, clink clank.
So what did they end up doing for you guys? Like they cut because I remember they cut
we cut
everybody's
our set down to
right?
like 20 minutes.
We
I
play,
think.
yeah.
No, I think it was like 3
We-
songs.
yeah, we only played
Everyone
3-4
got
songs.
3 songs up until Cryptopsy.
Yeah.
And Ancients. I remember Archspire, they only played 3 songs.
Oh yeah, wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad. But
Yeah, we
we're
went there.
stoked to be back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
you're going there again this year?
yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
playing
playing
again this year. Because I kind of said to them, I was like, you know, last time it sucked because we really wanted to play. So I don't know if that played into it.
Right.
Because they want a lot of newer bands this year that
Yeah,
haven't played
yeah.
it. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, they do a good job there. I love shout out to Jesse Valstar. That guy's so funny. He's like the most Californian Canadian I've ever met in my life. He's just like, "Whoa, bro, it's gone, man. So screw." You're like, "What the fuck? Really?" But like, I thought he was kidding at first, but that's really how he is, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
He's cool. He's a nice.
he's a
guy.
Steelers fan, though, man.
Oh yeah, oh,
cool.
terrible.
They're brutal. I'm a
That's so
Bengals fan,
weird. How
so,
could he?
yeah.
I can't believe that either.
Can't
Well,
believe
who
you
do
guys
you
are
cheer
talking about
for?
fucking Football,
Yeah,
you know?
I can't believe you're talking about American football. I don't know. What?
Dude, American football? Get into
I'm
it.
surprised. Do you like
you-
basketball?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
I'm like obsessed with sports.
Huh,
Fucking
I didn't know
hoop in
that.
the foot. Yeah,
There's something new every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Derek from Begrime, he's a huge basketball fan, big
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls fan.
Yeah, I
Which
loved
is
the
fucking-
Bulls when I was a kid.
It just blows my mind.
Michael Jordan, man. Scottie
I grew up
Pippen.
in the States, so it didn't
Dennis
surprise
Rodman.
me. Like everybody was obsessed with basketball, and then I came up here and everybody was obsessed with hockey. And
Yeah.
I just assumed that's pretty much how everybody was. But
well, this guy's obsessed with hockey too. So.
I'm obsessed with pretty much everything except
do you
Major
play
League.
sports picks or anything like sports select or anything like that? I heard you
I
make
play
some
fantasy
banger.
football and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
okay.
So
I hear you can make some banging money doing
you
that.
can.
You can lose your
yeah,
fucking
one
ass.
guy. Yeah, you can lose your ass pretty good. Like, I lost $200 this year, but
Oh, yeah.
that's all fun and betting and stuff. So
Right, that's like a work pool or something.
Yeah.
It's not like the mortgage on your house or nothing.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
betting away, like, my old lady's engagement ring or anything.
Well, I
like
heard that those online fantasy shit, they're about to go after those fucking guys, eh? Like,
Well,
they're saying it's not betting.
They're,
right?
They were
Oh,
saying
yeah.
it's like
This takes skill.
insider trading, more or less.
well,
between them.
fuck. I mean, there's coaches that own stock in these companies and all this fucked up shit.
There's a lot. It's just basically like the government. So
Well,
a
and
lot of insider
they're
trading
getting to like
going on.
Senate
Yeah,
committee.
despite
shit,
my
which is fucking
affinity
weird.
for NFL football, it is like the evil empire of like commercial entertainment
Bulls
America.
on parade.
Like it's no one does it up better. Like Super Bowl weekend, I was watching it, and all the lead up to it is like, oh, this kid came back from Afghanistan, and he just wanted to be at this game, and then it's like the way they do it,
Yeah.
it's like they put it on, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
they
well,
totally
the whole
put it on.
when the halftime show is bigger than the fucking game. I mean,
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
fuck, right?
Coldplay fucking
Sucks.
They
It
suck.
fucking
They
sucks.
That
suck.
whole,
so
I
the worst
literally
band.
could not watch it.
Neither could I, man.
I
Fuck,
had to
It was a
fucking
terrible
left the
game
room.
as
When
well,
all
like, from
three
an
of them got into
entertainment
the
value.
one shot,
Oh,
like that's what I'm
Jesus.
sitting there thinking. I'm watching it with my wife, going,
You got the new Michael Jackson, fucking Coldplay singer who gives a shit about that guy, and then Beyonce, like, yeah, you guys
Well,
are just killing it.
but you have 80,000 people sitting in this fucking stadium, and like another 10,000 on the field for this
And then never
stupid
mind how many
show.
millions watching it on TV, right?
And you got 3 people staring in a camera,
Yeah.
like fucking lip syncing.
But then
That
they're-
blew
but
my
then- but then
mind.
they're
I
sh-
was
but
like,
then they're showing old like clips of old fucking halftime shows, like Paul McCartney, fucking like,
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen. Like, you're comparing these people to those people? Are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding me right now? Like, why didn't you just get some of those people instead of these fucking asshats over here? But
Yeah, Coldplay. Like Jim Rome, I don't know.
Yeah,
even
yeah,
talk-
Jim Rome.
Yeah, you know who Jim Rome is.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, if we're talking like getting pumped up for the Super Bowl halftime, it's like, first band I think of, fucking Coldplay. Every time.
Yeah.
If I want to get jacked, I put on Clocks. You know? Like, give me a break.
It's no different in Canada though. The Grey Cup.
yeah.
They'll get like, oh, let's get Hootie and the Blowfish, or I don't know.
Yeah.
They're even Canadian. Like,
They
That's
would
the
be-
Grey
they
Cup.
would be
That's the
stoked-
Grey Cup
We'll
this
get
year,
Wind Blossom.
Cataplexis.
They would be stoked to get Hootie and the Blowfish for the Grey Cup. Like, that is not even
They're
relevant
stoked if
to
they
them.
get like Despised Icon. Like,
They
Canadian
need Darius
mediocrity.
Tucker. Have you
Yeah.
seen him?
yeah, he's
The
a
singer.
huge country.
He's a country guy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
I only want to be with
All right.
you.
90s.
Yeah,
Oh,
Blues
Jesus.
Traveler. Remember them? Fastball, Marcy
This
Playground.
really fucking
Oh,
fell off the rails
Marcy
real fast.
Playground.
Dude, we're talking some serious good shit right now. Remember Sky?
What was it? Who did that Drops with Jupiter song?
Oh, that was
so-
Train.
Train. Oh man,
That was
song
Maroon
made-
5 before they got chlamydia. I don't know.
That fucking song makes me want to fucking blow my brains
Oh
out,
man,
dude.
when I first moved to the city, I was a
And that Superman song. Who sang that one? It's like,
Oh, that's fucking.
the Nickelback and fucking that's Nickelback and someone. And with
no,
Rain
that was
Maida?
Five for Fighting.
Superman's
Five for.
dead.
Not Super.
Superman's-
Oh,
Five
Superman's
for-
dead. Yeah, that's our lady.
That's our
The
Lady
band was
Peace.
5 for Fighting, anyways.
Holy fuck!
They were,
Christ.
they were like a
We have
shitty.
devolved.
They
We
were
have
like
devolved.
a shitty version of Matchbox 20. Another solid fucking crew of boys. All right.
Fine young men.
Let's talk about Lit and frickin' Methods of Mayhem.
Lit.
That's amazing.
Oh, fucking
We play
hooks
that
for
riff?
days.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
clarify that you play that riff alternate gen. Yes.
I also play Enter Sandman every single jam, and I think people are going to start leaving my band.
One day you bust out that.
Yeah,
lit
it's
riff.
like Axe music
do
when
that
I
at
walk
shows
in. It's like,
sometimes.
please refrain from playing Enter Sandman, Davidian by Machine Head, fucking Seasons in the
Terrible.
Abyss by Slayer.
Yeah.
That's
Master
another-
of Puppets.
Master of
fucking-
Puppets.
Yeah,
Any
the
Metallica.
beginning of Angel of Death.
I play the beginning of Saint
Yeah.
Anger to a T. Like, if there's a good trash can around, we can fucking.
Oh, man.
We nail it, man.
Fuck, I can't believe. It seems like that album makes me believe in time travelers because it's like some fucking asshole time traveler came back in time and like made
the
Saint
80s?
Anger happen.
From the 80s,
It was like,
came to the 2000s, then went back to the 80s.
No, he's
again.
from like the year 3000, and he came back to 1997 to convince Lars that was a good idea.
Fuck.
It was art, man.
Ridiculous.
It was
yeah.
fucking art.
Oh fuck, it was.
Dude,
something.
I remember like when I actually heard that because I'm admittedly a diehard Metallica fan.
No, fair. Well, so am
I like Master of Puppets is still like
Oh fuck, of course.
it's impenetrable like in how good it is, you know. But it's
It is
also
the tightest
that might be up
butt.
for debate. I don't know.
in terms of like just like what I grew up with metal wise, you know. When Metallica released that song, I was driving my dad's old shitty pickup and I had the worst stereo in it, and they played Saint Anger on the radio a bunch, so I didn't really get the gist of it.
No, you
I was
got
like,
the whole
man,
sound of
I was
how
like-
it's supposed to be heard through the shittiest fucking speakers.
But it was
of all
fast.
time.
It was fast and kind of heavy. So I'm like, oh, it sounds good. And then when I bought the album and put it in my car stereo, I was like, what the fuck? I like literally was confused by it. I thought it was a demo. Like,
Have you heard it when they take the Saint Anger snare and put it on or Master of Puppets?
Yes, dude, that is so good.
Also, have you heard the And Jason for All? Have you heard that? Where
Yeah,
they
I've heard
mix
that,
in with.
they pretty much just turned Jason where he should have been.
Yeah.
It sounds awesome.
It's like another record.
yeah, it's
That's
totally
awesome.
different.
Like
Yeah,
it sounds
and
like
that's
a modern record.
It's their most tech album too.
Oh
so.
fuck! That's man. That last song is like, the
Dude,
shit.
Dyer's Eve.
Oh yeah, man.
That's like Dyer's Eve for Lars if he has to play that.
Dyer's Day.
When we went and saw them in what was it, 2008?
Liver's Day, man.
Yeah, it was like it was when that out the
Death Magnetic.
Yeah, it came out.
Solid album title, by the way. But
Kill,
they
kill,
played Damage Inc. and he just didn't even play the double bass part.
Oh,
he just
plays
stopped.
the punk beat.
It's just like-
not even the.
Oh yeah.
It was so brutal.
He
man.
looks better in photos that way.
And then like we were watching the set list and they were playing the Injustice for All front to back, but we got Memory Remains instead. We were just like, oh, this is where they play Justice for All. And then it's like, we're like, as Metallica fans, he had a
Holy
Kill 'Em
fuck.
All cape and I had a Ride the Lightning cape.
Yeah.
Like, remember
We got
he's-
wasted before we went, and
Yeah.
we did other stuff. But
Yeah.
we got
this guy got really fucked up and blacked out, and he's wearing a cape, mind you, and Swan dives out of his seat over people like Superman, it looked like.
Holy
he's like,
shit.
He took out this guy's girlfriend, knocks her over, beer everywhere. The guy wanted to fight him, and he just blacked out. So he doesn't know what's going
I
on.
had no idea. I
Capes
just went, I
flying
was like,
everywhere.
oh shit, I'm here. I went back to my seat, and next thing you know, buddy down there is like, what the fuck, man?
Trying to enjoy Metallica, bud. They're like, it's sad but true. Fuck off.
They're playing Unforgiven 3. Come on.
This ain't my bitch is playing, man. Ain't my bitch.
Yeah, dude, they're about to fucking burst into 2x4. All right.
Did have you guys toured? Has Kataplexis toured at all?
We've just done like week-long tours in BC. Like,
We've done the,
BC,
like,
Alberta. We've
Western-
never gone anywhere.
We call it the Western Canada Family Vacation Tour, basically.
Well,
We've been all
again,
over.
that's-
Values tour.
We've been to like Williams Lake more than we care to admit and
Nice.
stuff like that. Lots of random stories. This guy, like, we were we're playing like this like rodeo ground.
I know where this is going already.
We're playing where it's like it's right in the center of town. And have you been to Williams Lake, BC?
Yes.
You know how it like you can kind of see like the entire town in like that one valley.
Yeah.
So it's right in the middle of that rodeo ground, right in the center of town. And we always buy fireworks at 100 Mile House whenever we go on tour in BC.
Like $300.
Yeah, like we don't any money we make on the kickoff
We're like,
show.
okay, we
I talked
come
about-
out with like fucking like bathtub full of.
Nice.
Well, I talked about this on the Doberman fucking podcast a little bit, but
Oh, cool.
we just like stopped at this place and it's called the Fireworks Warehouse, and we bought so much fucking fireworks and like
And like big ones, like the multi.
yeah, big fucking ones, and then a bunch of random small ass ones. But we're at this fucking place. We play this show. It's at like the top of this hill and the top of this fairgrounds, and I'm like, yeah, fuck this. Everyone's hanging out outside. The fucking 10 people that came to the show, like
It's like 8:10 p.m. in
Yeah.
the middle of July.
but it's dark. It's dark, so
It's like a Monday
I'm
night.
like, fuck this. So I started firing off these things called A-bombs, and they're like, they just go straight up in the air and they just go boom! But it's like echoing off this valley all the way across the bottom, and like, within about 10 minutes of me firing off like 3 of them, fucking cops show up. and we're all just like, yeah, nothing, man. Nothing.
And we're still bored too.
Still
standing there as the smoke's
guys.
dissipating from them.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. And yeah,
The cop is just like, yeah, so, what's going on here? And this guy just pipes right up and
no,
he's
well,
like...
he goes. I got some calling about some gunshot fire over here. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, I don't know. And Dave, being the very smart person that he was at the time, he's like, I don't know about gunshots, man. I think I saw some kids down there popping balloons or something.
That would explain the giant bombs going off in the sky.
The cop just looks at him and is just like, okay, buddy, like, you think I drove all the way the fuck out here? Just popping balloons? You think that someone heard that and fucking called it in? Like,
He didn't actually say it. He just looked at Dave with, like, the fucking, 20-second stare down, and then just was like, okay, anyone else? Like, can we stop with this bullshit?
Anybody have, like, an actual intelligent comment to fucking say right now?
And the
legit.
second time we play there, we go have a Roman candle fight in the middle of the forest by this house. And it's like we're on tour with Galgamex from Vancouver at the time. Okay. And their singer Chris is in a Star Wars themed grindcore band called Zuckus.
Zuckus, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, like, we're shooting them off. All of a sudden, RCMP roll up. We're in the van in the parking lot, like, smoking weed and, like, drinking behind the wheel. Like, not driving, obviously.
No, because
that comes later, after the loots, man.
We were at a house party because there were people that lived there that were super accommodating and like were letting all of us stay at their place, and they had a big house party and shit. So both of our vans are parked in their driveway, and we walked down the road to this fucking open field and had this big fireworks fight. We come back and we're hanging out outside, and then the fucking cops show up and they see two fucking basically obvious tour vans sitting outside, and they're just kind of like, okay, yeah, this is obviously the place. So they started like talking to us and being like, so we got to complain about a bunch of fireworks being fired off. Like, you guys know anything about this? And we're
Loud
like, oh
voice.
no, I don't know.
Well, why is that illegal?
Well, in the middle of
Well,
town,
when you're
I think.
shooting them at each other in a wooded area by people's houses.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't too happy.
Sorry, just one sec. We're back.
So, we just started talking to them, and like, Chris, the singer from Galgamex and also the singer from Zuckus, starts talking to the cop, and he's just like, oh no, we're from Vancouver, like, we're not from around here, I don't know, like, yeah, we kind of heard some stuff down the street, but it wasn't us, like, whatever. And assuming that the cops are gonna not believe any of that shit, the one cop goes, he's like, oh, you're from Vancouver? He's like, you ever heard of a band called Zuckus? And Chris is like, yeah, I'm actually the singer of that band. He's like, oh, what? Fuck off, man. Like, really? It's like, I love that band. It's like,
you're waiting to see, like, because we're investigating them for crimes
right?
against humanity or something. You're like,
So we shoot the shit for him for a while, and, he's just kind of like, all right, cool, well, yeah, if you see those kids again, whatever, just give us a shout, and we'll be on the lookout. We're like, okay, cool, man. Like, don't worry, it's not us. Like, see you later. It's like, what are the fucking chances
setting
of that,
off fireworks.
Man,
Yeah.
Thereafter.
They know. They don't care. Fuck.
The best is when
they don't want to do the paperwork, right?
Yeah.
They just, if somebody complains, they have to go, hey, what the fuck's going on?
But what are the odds that he knew what Zuckus was?
Yeah, we get the one.
No, that's hilarious.
Like, that's pretty obscure fucking reference right there.
The last point on the fireworks, though, the best thing to do on tour is buy them and then immediately drive out to the highway and throw lit ones out the window. And then have them blow up on the highway.
In August.
Leaving the fireworks stand.
Yeah.
Which is,
And then, because we were watching people as we were buying them, and they were doing that exact same
thing. And we're like,
thing.
oh, you fucking asshole.
And we're like, what a dick move. And she's like, it happens every time. We get out there and do the same thing.
Yeah.
And you just,
like, well, let's test these out. Fucking start
cycle
them up,
continues.
Them out the window.
Then,
I feel like that's what you get when you...
It was raining at the time, actually.
Yeah. When you're selling fireworks like that, I feel like that's kind of what you're...
Yeah. Don't worry, we took a flamethrower to the wooded area later on. We started the Great Fire of 08, so... or maybe it was actually Billy Joel, I don't know.
Maybe you guys remember the name of this band around the Zuckus times. Nice Billy Joel reference.
All right. I was laughing way too hard to myself over that.
Were you? Because you gave
it's
me
always burning since the world's... We didn't start that fire.
All right. Okay, here we go.
There was a band from the island around that time. I don't think it was Zuckus. I think I'm getting them confused with Zuckus, but they were Barbecue Core. and apparently they would barbecue on stage and throw hamburgers.
Barbecutioner.
Barbecue.
Yeah, that I think our
That's
buddy
fucking
who
amazing.
plays in Ogrum is in that band.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's Kieran.
Oh,
He's
okay.
from barbecue. Yeah.
Barbecue
There's
sure.
a band,
Sorry, I'm having a stroke, everyone.
isn't there also a band from Edmonton that were like anti-vegan, and they were called the Garden Stompers or something like that?
The card. I don't
I'm
know.
not lying. This is for real.
Fuck your radish.
They were like anti-vegan, and they sang about like
Stomping Gardens.
pretty much. I think that was their band.
And hunting.
Yeah. And killing animals just for no reason.
Going into uncharted territory and shooting game up. Shoot the eggs in the nest. That's real hunting.
So just BC and Alberta. Have you gone out east at all? Saskatchewan or
We
Manitoba?
played Saskatoon once.
We've been flown to Pluto and Jupiter to play private shows. But no, just
Yeah.
we've played Saskatchewan and
Saskatoon. We played once.
Saskatoon was an interesting show for us. It was a very odd
another
experience.
trip filled with fireworks and or running from the police. But
You guys got to go to Winnipeg. They got a huge fucking fireworks.
yeah,
stand.
we've been dying to drive all the way out there.
And don't they have
get our stuff stolen? I've been waiting to fucking do that.
Manitoba Metal Fest and what's the other one that they do every year? The zoo.
The zoo's closed now.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, that one Exit
The
Strategy
animals are
plays
dead.
all the time. Exit
Yeah.
Strategy played
What
it a
the
couple
heck
times.
was it called though?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, don't want to waste too much airtime on that little ditty.
Oh, Winnipeg's always been. Matt Good's from there. I mean, that's got
Matt
to say
Good?
something.
Yeah.
That's
you
good.
know
It's
what I
a
mean?
wet rig
Yeah,
pussy,
not
man.
good, more like not bad.
Gangster. Yeah, let's fucking call out fucking.
Like
Fuck you, Rain
Get
Maida.
rid of that 5 o'clock shadow already, you fuckface.
Yeah, Our Lady Peace wrote one album.
Yeah, clumsy. It's clumsy.
Clumsy. And that was
And
good
then
when I was
Naveed-
in grade
Naveed
fucking
was
5,
just,
all right?
you know,
Naveed had one good song.
yeah. And then One Man Army. Remember how big of a hit that was?
That was the worst fucking shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, let's just talk about.
Oh, God. Oh, God. That brings back so many terrible
That's
memories.
terrible.
Have you heard
Just
of this creed
slamming
bombing
popular
thing?
music. I love it.
Creed bombing?
Creed bombing?
Yeah.
No. What's
Okay,
Creed
so
bombing?
anyways, I know you really hate on NFL football, and you've said as much.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, I guess.
I'm just putting words in your mouth. But when they do interviews, the players will come up behind other players and sing Creed lyrics really loud into the microphone.
Oh, I've
It's
actually.
Creed bombing.
Did I read something about this happening at a Trump rally maybe recently too? Fuck.
People just
Hilarious.
read lyrics with arms wide open before like you realize what's even happening. They're like, with arms wide open, with doors wide open.
Was that the video where he was standing in a boat and then he pulled him out of the water?
No,
Scott Stapp?
I just heard the news today.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fucking
He's
hilarious.
sitting on the edge of the mountain, you know.
Yeah,
It's like,
he's like on a
wind's
blue.
blowing and an eagle lands on his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's like,
He's like on a green screen, basically sitting on this like Nerf castle.
no, that shit was real.
No, yeah, they flew him out to Scotland, man.
Yeah, they did the Immortal video the next day.
Have you ever heard the real stories about those Immortal videos? They actually went out to like this mountain peak and like
Fuck,
wore
you
those,
would have to. You can see the helicopter flying around and shit. Like, it's nuts, man. We were watching those videos going, fuck, how did they... Like, there's not very many footprints in the snow.
Yeah.
Like, how did they just... it's like they all walked up with one piece of gear, set it down, and filmed the video. Like, it was pretty fucking
No
neat.
footprints, I didn't even think that.
They just teleported themselves, man. They're
Yeah,
fucking
totally.
immortal.
Just...
We're actually going to Vancouver April 1st to see a bath. Because
Really?
Immortal's not really immortal anymore.
Yeah.
Because the bath is on his own and the other two guys.
Oh,
on the
they're-
Bath or Aveth
yeah.
Or a both.
or a Both.
This one time we did mushrooms with our friend
I heard
Michelle.
Abbott.
And we had, in our old jam space, we had a picture of a bath or a bath. And we were doing mushrooms, and me and Dave were talking about him. And our friend Michelle's like, "Why do you guys want to take a bath, man? Do you want? What are you talking about? A bath? A bath? Like take a shower?" And we're like, No,
Yep.
and you
Save
try to
water, asshole.
you
Take
try
a
to
shower.
explain this on mushrooms, and you're like, no, man, a bath. Anyways, that's our bath story. So,
I did work with Noctis Metal Fest there, and as partially a gift for our service, but also some R&D. My boss, Therese, flew the crew, 4 of us, out to Norway to go to Inferno Fest in 2010.
oh fuck, man, that's so awesome.
And Mayhem headlined, and fucking Vordruna played. And do you know what Vordruna is?
No, I know all those bands.
They did like the Vikings theme.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like this interpretation of Viking music, and it was wild. It was the first night, and fucking Gaul is in that band from Gorgoroth, and fucking they played at the Viking Ship Museum in front of a fucking Viking ship from 900 AD, and it was fucking nuts.
Yeah,
But
I'm
anyways,
obsessed with Norwegian culture, man. Like obsessed with
the
it.
next morning we stayed at like the official festival hotel, so like all these guys were there, and the next morning I'm there, and I'm all like, we're at the Continental Breakfast, which was fucking awesome, by the way, because they have all those like anti-GMO laws, and all the food was just fucking awesome. And like I'm fucking cutting into my eggs, and we're all sitting around, and I look over, and there's fucking Gaul, like sitting by himself, eating breakfast, just looking like he just got off that movie.
Really?
Like he's just has this intense fucking like look of murder in his fucking eyes. It's like 6:30 in the morning. We're all like hung over and fucking jet lagged. And it's like I'm like, holy fuck! Like, is that fucking Gaul? You know, like 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking wild. And then that year, Mayhem headlined, and they threw 200 kilograms of raw meat into the crowd.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
They got
Fucking
sued by that one guy because he
Disgusting,
fractured
dude.
his skull on a pig skull that got thrown at him.
Fuck, eh?
Yeah.
Did you work
Hello.
at Dickens when Mayhem?
I did. Yeah, you were working there then.
At the same time.
Tell him your Mayhem story.
Oh, okay. So,
Oh, yeah.
So Amber, cause I worked there part time for a little bit, and so she's like, "Yeah, the bands are coming in early. Can you like come in at 3 or 4 and cook for them?" I'm like, "Okay, sure, no problem." And so next day I come in and I see these like fucking 3 guys huddled around this bucket in the kitchen. I'm like, "Oh fuck, that's Mayhem. What the fuck are they doing?" Like huddled around a bucket. I'm like, "Okay, this is gonna go."
They're all
2 ways,
puking
so-
and jerking off.
So I'm like,
and
all right,
drinking
well,
it.
I'm supposed to cook for them. So anyways, I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm Dave. I'm supposed to cook for you guys." And they're like, being all like,
being all
mayhem-ish. And so I was like, "What you guys got there?" He's like, "Oh, this is a mix of our cum and our blood and piss." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, that's probably not supposed to be in the kitchen." And I'm just thinking, I didn't say that to him. I'm thinking to myself, okay, so... And then out of nowhere, the one guy, just super polite, he's like, "Oh, actually, we're just using some bleach and hot water. I'm trying to get this meat off these chicken bones because I want to wear it as a necklace tonight." And I'm like, "Oh, no problem. I can help you out, man. I'll just boil them. They'll come off right away." He's like, "Oh, genius." And they just went on their way. They're super polite. And the guy ended up coming back and talking to me a lot. And the singer, what's the singer's name?
Attila?
Nutella?
No, Attila. Not Attila Cesar. Not
that
that
the-
shitty. Yes.
The same as...
Let's
yeah.
not even
Is that
draw
where they got the name from?
Fuck no. That's just
Probably.
I'm a Mayhem fan. Hail Satan!
But anyways, yeah, he was super nice. And remember Susie, who used to work there?
Yeah, yeah.
Of course you remember her.
Yeah.
Who doesn't remember that?
And
The
her
singer-
transition.
Yeah, the singer was like obsessed with her, and kept coming back. Was like, "Hey, how's it going?" Blah 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 blah. Just hitting on her. And he gets her email or her phone number, and the next day she's like, "Hey, Dave, check out these emails I'm getting from him," and they're super cheesy, like Ryan Gosling, like Notebook cheesy, like I'm writing to you in my hotel bathtub, with candles lit, just saying how beautiful you are. And she's like, "This is from this guy," So
Who,
anytime
like the most hardcore black metal fucking
hardcore,
dudes.
like doesn't get more hardcore than Mayhem, and so anytime
Maybe
I see
Immortal.
This,
No, Mayhem for sure.
Yeah,
Immortal
that's
didn't
true.
kill each other and eat
That's
each other's
right, yeah,
brains.
no,
Yeah, it is.
or
Fucking-
take their fucking singer's blown off head and make necklaces out of his fucking skull.
And then take
Mail 'em
pictures
around the
instead of calling the cause and putting that out as an
yeah,
album
and putting
cover.
pictures in their
Those
Christmas
guys are
trees and
fucked.
shit. Did they do that?
Yeah, okay. I don't know. We're just making up history as we go along.
But anyways, the most polite guys,
That's
super
pretty funny,
nice,
man.
and the guy had a super
That's
boner for Susie. And
That's a pretty funny encounter.
so anytime I
with
see all
some
these
dudes like
super black metal kids that are all grim, I kind of.
Well, that day it's funny because they toured with their own tech. Who, I don't know, whatever. When I see these guys that have touring techs, 9 out of 10 they're fucking awesome. But this guy was whatever. But I mean, they have him for a reason because they
just want
are
consistency.
whatever.
Yeah,
they
anybody
just
who was at that show saw the chicken bone necklace. I made that for that.
Yeah,
guy.
nice.
I fucking made it for him.
But it's so funny, like, his their tech's doing something and fucking, I'm like, oh shit, that's Necro Butcher, and that guy's like 4'1".
Yeah,
and
for all his aggression,
well,
he's
short.
quite
He's
small.
5'2".
Well, everyone's short to you, though.
No,
right?
I
He's
know.
fuck you.
Oh,
Who the fuck are they?
I walk.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Germany.
Best
With the-
fucking band ever.
And I walk up to him, because I seen that too, and I'm like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" And he's just standing there, drinking coffee. He's like, "Oh,
Just being a nihilist, man.
pretty hungover, man."
With his face paint on, too, or what?
No, he was just standing there.
They don't
fucking-
wear face paint
No,
except
I
for
don't
the
think they have
singer.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
more
I think it's all-
expressionist black metal now. They're not theatrical black metal like a bath.
Right.
A bot.
But it was awesome. Like, we just kind of struck up an innocent conversation, and it was, you're like, this is the most evil guy ever, but he's just hungover. And
He was kind of the pussy of the bunch, though. Because, like, in all those
He
Mayhem
still has-
documentaries, he actually quit the band after Buddy took a photo of the other guy's head exploded. So,
Well,
he did have some moral consciousness at said time.
and then you find out he's got human emotions, like just being.
Then he
hungover
told
and
everyone
wanting
to
hang
fuck
out
off.
with
Yeah,
someone,
yeah,
like,
weird.
Dude, I'm fucking hung the fuck over. It's like, really? You actually experience those emotions too? Like,
Exactly.
He's
Right?
like, I'm
Because
fine as long as
they're
I
not-
stay out of the sunlight.
Because it can fuck me up for days. So like,
they are real people. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck me. And another funny one about Oslo was, there was this dude, he was wearing all fucking white. Like a white button-up long-sleeve shirt, white pants, white shoes, and then like this skinny black suspenders, and then a black like bowler hat. And he's standing in line the first night to get into this bar. And I just walked straight up to him, because what the fuck? I'm in Norway. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
What's anybody going to do
chances are he
about
probably
it?
doesn't speak English, right? Like,
Well, no, actually, the Norwegians, except for the really old people, like, they are the most overeducated
but
people in the
at the same
fucking
time,
world.
you don't know necessarily he's going to speak English, though, right?
Actually, if you're there, I
if
didn't know
you're
at the
25,
time.
you speak English,
At
or
the
what?
at the time, I didn't know. Basically, if you're the only people that didn't speak English were the ones that were like 85.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everybody else spoke fucking perfect English.
So you just
well, not perfect.
You just assume that he's going to understand what you're saying, at least, right? Like,
Yeah. I walk up to him and I go, "So what the fuck are you, like the black metal pimp?" Like, that's just
Too
right like
foggy
that.
fog.
And he
or what?
just starts, and he's a big dude too, and he just starts laughing his fucking ass off. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm Nate. Oh, hey, I'm Bob." And then we start talking, and he's like, "Yeah, I was the first singer for Mayhem." And I was like, "What?
Mannheim. That's who you're talking.
Messiah?"
Yeah, the big bald guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm getting on stage with him tomorrow." I was like, "Fuck, cool, right on."
You're just
Oh,
walking
dude.
What are
around.
the fuck-
Yeah, and then
odds
like,
of
we
that,
still
though,
were
right?
like internet friend, pen
Dude, is that
pals
the
now
main-
and shit.
Is that
It's
the
like-
Mayhem show where Attila was like in a altar boy outfit and he's crucified with all of this blood and everything?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because I have still frames of that same show at Inferno Fest.
it was nuts.
They
Yeah,
can't
man.
do that shit in
what
Canada.
are the odds of, though, like, that you're just going to walk up to some dude wearing all white, you're just like, "Oh, I was the first Mayhem singer." Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
He was on Death Crush, like the first couple sessions. I don't know. If you listen to obscure black metal, you're like, fuck that shit.
I've listened to it, but I don't listen to it.
I love
Yeah.
black metal.
Because I don't think
I
too
hate
many
people, man.
I think people have listened to it, but not many people listen to it. Because
Yeah. They don't loathe
what-
their lives that much.
I mean, I'm a production dork, and that stuff just makes me mad.
Yeah, well,
Like an AM
that's
radio
what
down
I'm
a rabbit
getting at.
hole.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
That's what
it
I'm
is.
getting at. Recording a
The
fucking
more grim, the
sound
better.
from like down the hallway with a fucking shitty fucking.
It's
like,
more about atmosphere and expression, though. It's
No,
not
for
so
sure,
much
for
rip.
sure. I mean,
like, I don't
I-
listen to it and be like, man, these guys are virtuosos. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I get it, and I dig it. And there's some Like, here's another band that I can't say. I don't know how to say, but Talk.
That Take.
Talk
That's the guy with his dick hanging out in that infamous black metal picture.
Oh, really? Oh.
Okay, look up funniest black metal photos on Google. Like, for those who don't know, and I'm not just talking shit out of my ass again.
Yeah.
It's like there's this picture where he's like doing the Bruce Dickinson up on the monitor, and his like entire dick's hanging out of the bottom of his pants.
And he's packing a fucking hog.
And he's like doing the like whole black metal like I'm creeping in the woods type look.
So. I love that band though. That band fucking kicks ass.
Yeah.
Like I mean I don't know.
There's a lot of
Mayhem,
like rock and roll.
Maybe I should go back and
Mayhem
listen to
is more like their last album is like super heavy production and stuff. And he's like it's all fast death metal stuff. So
what's that one fucking black metal band that you showed me that's they're getting pretty big now. I think they're almost like not even black metal anymore, but
I used to really like 1349, and then I saw him live, and I was like, holy fuck.
I opened for that band like when I lived in Edmonton, and the guitar player who plays for Mayhem now was looking for coke at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like 20 at the time, so I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, man, just drink some Pepsi, bro.
Have a chocolate milk.
What's that band?
Here's my 1%.
Hey, what's that one band I'm thinking of? That black metal band that like starts with an S or a fucking...
Satyricon?
Like, yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Oh,
Satyricon,
yeah.
They're like, I thought they were goth. Aren't they like?
Well, they started
out black
they're
metal,
true Norwegian black metal when they started out. They had flutes, so I mean they were
there's
heavy
a flute
duty.
on Season the Abyss.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of
there's the greatest band of all time.
I find like in all those bands, there's still a lot of rock and roll influence and shit. Like
like rock and roll is
that's
in.
kind of where Kvelertak I think took a lot of that from. They just took a lot more of the rock and roll side of it, and there's like,
I had no idea. I remember I saw Satyricon even, but it didn't compute with me. I was just there because I was with my ex. And
they opened for Cradle of Filth. End of story. They're not black metal anymore.
Yeah. But I remember that one video. They're driving like supercars and shit, and they're like driving Ferraris.
Well, do you know who Jonas Ackerlund is? He's a famous video director. He directed music by Madonna. And Frozen and all these really high-end videos. Okay. But he's the original drummer of Bathory.
Oh,
the Swedish black metal band.
I like Bathory.
And
I listen to a ton of Bathory.
And they were like more Viking stuff later on, but he actually directed Satyricon's video for like 1/10 of the price of what... Because this guy he was like, do you know who Chris Cunningham is? The video director, Apex Twin. There was like... Back in the day when people made music videos, there was all those compilations you could rent and stuff.
Oh.
Like, I'm going way back.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, 24-hour video, but... like, renting that movie studio. But, yeah, he gave Satyricon a really good price. And,
fuck, cool.
Yeah, he played in Bathory, so... The more you know.
Mm-hmm.
Star White.
Well, fucking A. I think, I want to show you guys some Randy Quaid tweets. So, I think we're going to end this podcast because Randy Quaid's an insane person, and I don't.
We didn't get into the.
Is there something else you want to get into?
I just think it's that, and I just think it's funny to bring up some of those fucking comments on that.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, so explain this to people. What happened? Somebody else posted one of your videos, right?
One of our songs, the first song on Downpour, is now pretty much our Hotel California because it's got like 100,000 hits.
I don't know how it happened. I don't think any of us know. Like somebody must have picked it up and it like got fucking major plays and major like whatever. And I think like it must have been some website or something like that was about grindcore or something. Because all the comments are like, I came here to like find out about grindcore, and I just found a bunch of shit, and like,
I'd say 91,000 of them didn't like it.
But
nice.
but either way, it's like it's not even a video; it's just
it's just your tune on
cover
on
and
YouTube.
Then the song.
Yeah.
But there's over 100,000 plays on it, and like,
that's usually you guys have 7, 5, 7.
Yeah, like 2.5, like
300.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
like
7,000 is what I was getting at. But
yeah. No.
But, so from that, there ends up being a lot of hilarious comments, as you could imagine from that.
Yeah, so I'll pull this up now. Okay, so actually I should change this to
Put up most negative comments filter on it.
Yeah.
Let's go with the negatives.
Oh, 10 hours ago. 10 hours ago. The only thing I heard was, whoa, whoa, whoa. It sounds like if you put radio waves from aliens into metal. And then
do some more acid, buddy.
Am I the only one that likes this or what?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Everyone can hate on Jimmy Page in the replies if you need to vent.
I don't know why I'm laughing so much at that, but I like.
Oh, and then somebody posted your lyrics here.
Oh, really?
There you go.
What do they say even?
A lack of ambition, crippling sadness, feeding emotion, coward, disgust.
I don't think we need to read all.
He was a really tortured individual at said time.
Oh, here you go. Dynamics. What are those? I'm going to shoot up my school now. Thank you. And then this guy replied, "Don't blame you."
Huge fans of the band.
Yeah.
But like, there's what's that one about like the one dude's like, "Oh, circle takes a square, perfected grindcore 10 years ago. There's no point in fucking doing this anymore."
Oh yeah,
like,
no, I just came to it. Circle takes the square, perfected grindcore 16 years ago. So this is just pointless.
Yeah, and I got replies to it, I think, or something.
I see you have zero idea what grindcore is. Good job. Here's a cookie. And then another guy says CTTS has nothing to do with grindcore. Sorry to break it to you, but your cool friend that recommended them to you is wrong.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I heard about grindcore on The Amazing World of Gumball. I didn't think it was real.
Amazing World of Gumball isn't like a cartoon show on like Cartoon Network or some shit like.
Still better than Attack Attack.
Oh, nice. It's the only time we'll ever be referenced in the same, and that's all I ever needed.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know, that's just as funny to me, because it's like, when you get 100,000 views on something, the comments are going to be mostly negative. And
no
like,
breakdowns, frowny face.
So go to YouTube and make your own comment for us.
Yeah. And make it super negative.
Make it super
negative. That shit's way
more
funnier,
negative,
like,
the more likely it's going to get quoted
terrible
as
grammar
our
if you
mission
can.
statement in our new album.
Yeah.
We fucking suck and we're tampon eaters. According to the mind of a 13-year-old boy.
It keeps saying The Amazing World of Gumball brought me here.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Let's go on a vision quest.
Amazing
Man.
World of Gumball, that's like a fucking cartoon on like the Cartoon Network or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like I would say it's like similar to like.
What is wrong with
Time.
these fuckers? It's melodic bullshit.
Yeah, melodic, yeah. There's so much
Definitely.
melody there.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, there's a lot of singing in your guys' stuff.
More
too.
like mellow dick.
This is true metal, not shite pop or Justin Wiener.
Solid reference.
I love it when they don't spell things right too.
Those are the best ones. The terrible comments with the worst grammar ever. And
Yeah,
It's like,
what W-U-T? I listen to these tunes when I walk my turtle. What the fuck? Another Amazing World of Gumball reference.
so like I really don't understand like how this got linked to any of this, like, or whatever, because clearly we wouldn't have gotten 100,000 fucking like listens otherwise. But I just think it's funny, like, people take the time, hating it, not knowing anything about it, but they still take the time to make a fucking horrible, like, I hate you fucking comment sort of thing on there, right? Like,
They're great, though.
A weekend at a meditation retreat brought me here.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Wow.
I have to
so
pee really
fucking
bad.
talented. 9 out of 11 would have listened to again. That's terrible. I guess I'm into grindcore now. That's a good one.
yeah.
This song saved my life.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, man. We're just put
After school specialing it up.
Yeah.
Man.
Has the voice of an angel.
Destroys thy art is murder. Wow. So you guys got hooked into some kind of network cartoon thing
I
somehow.
guess. Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but
Fucking well, I always said, yeah, no, fair enough. Movie work could be good. Fuck.
Yeah. we actually played a fucking video game a long time ago when we were first starting out.
Really?
Yeah. We was like...
Apparently, we don't know what
happened with all
Didn't
that.
Didn't get any royalties.
They wanted the fucking, just the instrumental version of a couple of our songs. They're like, we're making a video game right now, and blah, blah, so... Right.
You can be in it, but then you don't get anything for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just exposure, so...
Another funny Kataplexis story I just thought about was when you guys played Metal Fest 1. Because I think Kataplexis has played every single Metal Fest.
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah, because you played last year too, right?
Yeah. That's the one show we played last year.
And that was weird, me watching that band play, like, listening to the songs and not actually playing them. It was like, oh, this is fucking weird, dude.
But I remember I bought you guys, because you were a 5-piece at the time, and I bought 10 tall cans at Metal Fest 1 at the D2. 10 tall cans of PBR, and I had them on a tray, and I was coming up onto the stage, and I fucking tripped and knocked like 8 of them over. I was just like, fuck! I hate it when you're trying to do something nice.
Here, man.
Yeah, you're trying to do something nice, and then you just end up looking like an asshole.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. Well, fuck, hey, thanks for getting hard in Nate's backyard.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, we're going to play, what song from Kataplexis should we play?
Well.
Yeah, should we play that one? Play
our hit?
Yeah, the hit, your new Hotel
feeder.
California. Bottom feeder.
Tampon feeder.
Technical grindcore isn't in the title, is it?
No.
Because, see, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what we call that little... Yeah.
So, wow, see, that's weird because that's how people are finding it. They're Googling technical grindcore, and then that's coming up.
Or apparently the Amazing World of Gumball. Apparently that's what's taking people there.
That's what's making them Google it. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's funny how the internet works, man.
Yeah,
it's
wild.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fucking A. Well, thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
And let's go to your shows. When's the next show?
April 15th at Distortion Bar and Grill. But seriously, it's at Distortion Bar. Yeah.
Live music venue.
Live
music venue. There we go. That's the
they
thing.
technically call it. Yeah.
And June 2nd?
June 2nd.
June 2nd at Broken City in Calgary.
Fucking A. And go to, is it kataplexis.bandcamp.com?
Yep.
And buy all your shit.
Check the links.
Or it's download for free or whatever.
Just Google Kataplexis and give us all your money.
Yeah, you guys are really lucky in that fucking... Nobody else has that fucking name.
Yeah.
I mean, same with Kayaktis.
We're not
right?
like the John Smiths or anything.
Yeah.
There are a couple names close to us. There's Kataplexis.
And everybody thinks that's what I'm saying when I
But if you look up Cataplex, we're the first one to come up. So fuck those other two.
Yeah.
You got the S. It makes it plural. It's all different.
Okay, and
right
what were you going to say about these Randy Quaid tweets here?
I got to pee so bad.
Well, no, you'll see. I don't want to bore the people with it. But I'll show you this off the air. And thanks a lot for doing it, Nancy. Nancy was producing tonight.
Thanks Nancy.
Welcome.
Fucking A. Thanks for getting hard in Nate's backyard. Talk to you all later.